Hell yeah, guys, and we are back for the second round of semifinals. This is going to be Team EG versus Team Complexity, and joining me today is going to be Painted Gold from the X-Gosu squad, fresh off their win against CLG. Painted Gold, how does it feel, man, taking down EG? What did you think about those games?
CLG? You said EG by accident, but CLG,
Wow.
it was they were really hard games and really intense games. CLG, honestly, we consider them the top European team, and I consider them above all CIS teams except Navi, even M5. So I hold them in very high regards. I have a lot of respect for their playstyle, and I've studied their playstyle quite a bit. I know how their players like to play. They're very, very good, and it was a big win for us, in all honesty, because we've beaten a ton of teams over the past couple weeks, a ton of top tier teams, but we haven't beat anyone on CLG's level. CLG, above all else, has been consistent. They've had consistency that pretty much no other team in the scene had, and to beat a team that's that consistent at the top is just, it feels great for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was congratulations, guys. That was a really big win for you. Yeah, and I was actually gonna say it was kind of like you guys have been on this really big streak lately, while CLG has always been sort of constantly, always there. They lose a couple games here and there, but they're always sort of, in the top, always winning things, always up there in the tournaments every single time, just constantly. So it's sort of, the streak versus the, constant is how I sort of viewed it. And you guys did a very excellent job. The comeback in the first game was rather insane. I mean, the Tiny, the amount of damage he's outputting with those auras just it surprises me every single time how much Tiny can do when it comes to auto attacks.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched our game versus Complexity, actually. We played a Pro DotA2 match versus Complexity. I think this is a recommended replay personally. But anyways, basically they got 4 racks down after we took down like 2 racks, and they had a super farmed anti-mage late game. And then we took down 2 more racks, so it was even 4 racks down for both teams. And then there was a DD rune that spawned at like 54 minutes in, and Korak had like crit, Hyperstone, Aghanims. I don't know what else he had on, or not Hyperstone. He had AC. Aghanims, and he got the DD and he crit JO's Quap for 2,300 damage, and it was unbelievable.
Beastmaster.
Wow, that is insane. I'm gonna have to look at that game now because unfortunately I missed out on the first day, and I'm actually gonna miss out on the finals as well, which really sucks. I'm really sad that they changed things around, but okay, all right, we're starting this game real quick. I'm just going to go over anybody who's joining us now. This is the semifinals, the second semifinals. This is going to be Team EG versus Team Complexity. This is from the Fnatic Raidcall DotA2 Cup number 2, sponsored by Raidcall, MSI, Steel Series, and Azo. Prize pool as it stands right now is first place is $500, and then as well there's going to be a backpack, pretty cool backpack for the MVP of the finals. You guys, the audience, actually get to vote on it. Facebook.com/Fnatic. Go there after the finals. They're gonna have a poll going up. You're gonna be able to vote on it, see who was the vote on who was the MVP. And then there's also gonna be this T-shirt giveaway. It's pretty cool looking, pretty sweet Fnatic T-shirt. They're gonna do that giveaway. I believe it's only one of them, but it will be during the finals, sometime during that. So be sure to check out the Fnatic website for more information, but also check in with us. We're going to be casting the finals tomorrow. Unfortunately, I won't be there, as I just mentioned, but we are going to have some people here, and I think it's going to be Hari and Aussie. I'm not completely sure, but we are going to be casting that, so we'll give you more information then. But game going in: bans, Lycanthrope, Brewmaster, Tidehunter being banned out by EG, Leshrac, Invoker, and Furion being banned by Complexity. Beastmaster first pick on EG, and now we see a Darkseer being picked up on Complexity, waiting on that second pick now. Painted Gold, what do you think so far? I mean, Beastmaster being first pick, first of all, and then, Leshrac, I mean, he's gone such popularity lately. I mean, he's just so versatile. Bulbo was talking about he's one of the top picks, absolutely. But we're also seeing Darkseer and the 1-2 for Complexity. What do you think about these two first picks?
Complexity, they've recently actually found their style. For a while, they've been in a rut, and they haven't been playing to full potential, and, sorry, you just clear my train of thought, but, they've definitely found their style again. Darkseer is really just one of coL's go-to heroes. Actually, when playing against coL, I would actually go as far to say that you should probably get rid of Darkseer because how confident they are in their Darkseer lineup.
10 seconds remaining.
But right now the metagame is you really have to find out what your team
5
likes playing
seconds
against,
remaining.
likes to deal with, what your team wants to deal
Reserve
with,
time.
what you're good at running, and because there's every hero coming into the pool. You can't ban all these first pick heroes like and Brewmaster, Tide, Leshrac, Invoker, Prophet, Chen, all those heroes. You can't ban them all, so you have to really just find out what heroes you want to play against and what heroes you want to play with that can deal with those heroes.
Anti-mage.
Reserve
Mhm.
time.
Now, as it stands right now,
Who
we
calls
see
the Crystal
Animage and Crystal Maiden being picked up in the
Dire
2-3.
team.
Now, that leaves Complexity interesting choice. Do they go for the Shadow Demon? I mean, I'm presuming here. The two biggest counters still left in the pool, Shadow Demon and Riki. Do they go for one of those two? Which one did they go for? Or do they go something else? Do they just focus on their own lineup instead of just worrying about countering EGs? What do you think?
I'm thinking they're gonna pick up a Shadow Demon here. I played coL quite a bit recently. I'm pretty good friends with coL, and they
10
like running Shadow
seconds
Demon.
remaining.
I think it'll be banned out if they don't pick it
Chen.
here. But they take Chen,
Radiant
which is
team
it's
back.
actually odd that EG just wanted to take Mage in the first 3 because there's such strong pushing heroes left like Chen. Wasn't even picked in the 2, which is kind of crazy to me. But like, Chen is really one of coL's go-to heroes. Like they've had the most success that their team has ever had playing Chen and doing heavy like timing
Dire
lineups,
team ban.
timing push lineups. So
Sorry, we're getting a little complaints about the sound. I'm tuning into it right now. I don't know, maybe it just fixed itself, but I think it sounds fine. Yeah, I
okay,
was also
sorry.
going to mention that. You're sort of cutting yourself off a little bit. Not too big of a deal, though. So we are going to see Chen pick up. Interesting. So instead of going for sort of that direct counter, they're going to go for more of a push. And I like what you're talking about, how Complexity, I mean, obviously they burst into the scene when a big part of their lineup was obviously push coming in with Dragonite, but Chen was a really big deal for them. They have a very strong Chen. And they're going to go right back to that, it looks like. Darkseer, I've seen them quite a bit with the Darkseer, and I love watching Darkseer in games. It's just hilarious. The other team I love watching with Darkseer personally is Fabio. Unfortunately, their whole breakup, but I loved it watching Blink Dagger Darkseer initiating fights. It was just really funny to me. I don't know, it was just a lot of action. It was really funny. We're gonna see Syllabear being banned out by EG and now Enigma by
10
Complexity.
seconds remaining.
So we're just waiting on the final 5th bans for each team.
5
And as it
seconds
stands right now, they didn't go for banning Riki and Shadow Demon as I expected. Sort of them. They're banning out the pushers. Them picking up Chen. Now it still leaves them the opportunity, even though they already have the Chen. They can still back up a little. They don't have to fully commit to a push, and they can go for a Riki here, right? If they wanted to, if they want to just focus on countering that Animage, couldn't they go for that?
Yeah, they could. The question is, players, it's more of a certain players excel with certain heroes. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not sure that Complexity feels that they play a good style with Rikimaru. I'm not sure if they're confident in their style with Rikimaru.
10
So-
seconds remaining.
They might pick it up, but honestly, I would say that
5 seconds
I don't think they're
remaining.
looking to pick it up.
Yeah, and that's just sort of a difference in philosophy I see with some
Radiant
teams.
team pick.
Some players, the one who I always seem to quote a lot in different things that he says is Papa Dre, and he says you can win with any lineup. You just need to focus on your own lineup and what you need to do with that lineup. But then you've got other teams who focus a lot on countering. They win and lose at the picking phase. They don't focus on their own 5 heroes. They focus on what the
10
other team picks up.
seconds
It's very
remaining.
versatile. They go, okay, they picked up these heroes. What can we do? How can we
5
counter this in the
seconds
laning
remaining.
phase, in the mid game phase? What do you think about those two different philosophies? Do you ascribe to one or the other, or just
Reserve
is somewhere in between? What do you
At
think?
your service.
Well, personally, my philosophy is in
Dire
the middle
team
between.
pick.
There are certain things that you can abuse about the other team's lineups, and you have to be on guard, and you have to know what to abuse and stuff. For example, if they put a hard carry in the safe lane, you can do an aggressive tri lane, a 3-hero tri lane, like something like a CM Venge Totem, really hinder the hard carry's farm.
10 seconds
That's just an
remaining.
example, but I'm a little bit of both. You have to take into account what
5 seconds
would possibly
remaining.
be best for your team and what would be best at shutting down their team.
Reserve time.
You want to make sure the trade is
10 seconds remaining.
very even, or better for yourself, you know?
5 seconds
Um,
remaining.
If you could, I would turn up that voice activation a little bit more. Still, wow, Juggernaut.
Radiant
Interesting.
team
I like this. But yeah, it's still fun. It feels like you're cutting yourself off a little bit. But we're gonna see the two junglers, Enigma and Enchantress, being banned out by Complexity. So they're the only hero there. They have the best jungler and best pusher so far when it comes to just summons and taking creeps, and that is Chen. And they banned out the other two. I like that. And the Windrunner is gonna be picked up by EG Juggernaut on Complexity.
10 seconds
Now,
remaining.
I'm trying to think. I was watching a Juggernaut game, and it wasn't too
5
long ago, but I'm not sure if it was Complexity, and I can't really remember how it was run. But, Panicle, do you have any insights on what they're going to do with this
Reserve
Juggernaut?
time. 10 seconds
Maybe you're still messing with
remaining.
your settings. Just let me know when you're done. But,
5 seconds remaining.
let's see here. We got, Sand King now being picked up. That's going to round out the EG lineup here. And man, they have some serious powerhouse going on here. They have decent little pickoffs. They got some good team fight. And then, of course, Animage pretty much makes and breaks a team. If he can get some free farm, he's going to just roll all over the game as it stands right now. Juggernaut, I'm not really sure how well. I mean, he's obviously going to be good at team fights. He's good at picking off heroes. Obviously, laning phase, spin is just obnoxious as hell.
10 seconds remaining.
But I'm really unprepared for Juggernaut. I'm just
5
not really sure
seconds
what their
remaining.
plan is versus Animage, how they're going to run with this. I mean, he's nice in the mid game. He does a lot of bursting damage with that Juggernaut, with his ultimate. And team fights, he's able to hit heroes. He could just lock him down and really take down Animage if they can lock him down. But Omni Knight now being picked up as well.
Okay,
Panicle, I need your insight here, man. What is
Yeah.
going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. I messed around with the settings. I'm new to TeamSpeak, so I don't really know.
You sound great now, by the way.
Okay, thank you. So anyways, I'm not sure what they're going to do with their lanes, but if I was to take a gander, this is definitely a solo mid Omni Knight. And then it's going to be Darkseer long lane. I would say it's about 90% sure that they're going to Chen, Veno, and Juggernaut top. This lane has phenomenal push power, and they'll be trying to take the tower out at level 3 with the
10
healing ward.
seconds remaining.
Or level 4. They'll give the Juggernaut complete free farm. Not only this,
5 seconds
coL's
remaining.
lineup is very based around the Dire and the Dire side. Basically, their heroes are very good at killing Roshan. I would not be the slightest bit surprised to see a 10-minute Roshan kill with their heroes. They just need to...
Prepare
They're going to go
for
around,
battle.
try to take some towers, and I'm just stuttering because I just realized that they're doing the other option, which is aggressive tri lane with Veno, Jug, and Chen in aggressively. It's a bit riskier, but the payoff is a bit bigger as well. And they're doing
Right,
CM
because-
AM mid.
Right, because so that means they're going to have Omni Knight versus Beastmaster, which, similar to, I would say, kind of similar to the Sand King, where just being able to, just the presence, anytime you're melee versus melee, it's sort of the advantage to Omni Knight just because he's able to throw that heal. If he is able to hit it, you take so much damage, sort of like SK. It's just the pure presence of just being able to be there and doing a lot of damage in the nukes. Of course, Sand
30
King is
seconds
Caustic
to
Finale is a
battle.
little bit better in that, but... so they should, I would say, they should be able to win top. Is that correct? And then if they execute bottom correctly, if they don't get any sort of ganks from the Crystal Maiden, anything like that, with the Chen, they should be able to dive and take the tower relatively well. Would you say that's correct? That top should be able to win on the night?
Well, Omni Knight is a hero where you don't really win the lane, you just farm a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
battle
they aren't looking to
begins.
win that lane, they're just looking to get Omni Knight a lot of farm. He's going to get a Soul Ring, and he's going to be able to, free farm, pretty much, versus Beastmaster. And their lanes are completely different from what I expected. They picked a Darkseer, and they're sending it middle. That's actually going to do a lot better against CMAM than an Omni Knight would, because the Ion Shell on creeps is really... It can really mess up an anti-mage or a melee carry.
Yeah, we were there was a game not too long ago that I was casting where it was Darkseer Suicide Lane. It was up against a Spectre, and right away he didn't like surge creeps forward or try and bounce the creep wave back into the tower, anything like that. He just manned up and did 2 Ion Shells right off the bat, and you can see already what's doing to EG Fear. Basically just throwing that. These both Spectre and Animage defend very heavily on getting a fast ring of health. And Animage is going to take a lot more damage here. If he's just able to spam it over and over again, it's really going to delay Fear, because every single time he comes up for a CS, he's going to be taking a lot of damage, and he just has to get that ring of health very, very quickly, and he's going to have to blow a lot of regen right off the bat.
Yeah, I imagine that Crystal Maiden is actually going to have to give him a bunch of her regeneration.
Mm-hmm. Let's real quick before we have anything else going on before bottom gets too aggressive, actually fluffing stuff with the double damage and the Ursa. They might be able to pick out something here. Both heroes though are kind of hard to deal with. Windrunner, obviously with Windrunner is kind of hard to shut down, but also Bulba on the Sand King with Burrow Strike and a level of Sandstorm already. He's been kind of hard to shut down as well, especially if they don't have counters, which actually they still do. IX Mike still has 1 counter down. He threw 1 to try and counter the Rune Ward, but unfortunately he wasn't able to see it, I guess. But it is there. Eventually they're going to be able to counter that, I hope. Anyway, top to bottom, left to right, who's playing what? You've got Universe on Crystal Maiden, Fear on Animage.
SoCal is Demon.
Yeah, I was losing the other name. Demon on Beastmaster, Bulba on Sand King, Beat is on Windrunner, Fluff and Stuff on Chen, Geo on Juggernaut, TC, Darkseer, Hannah Montana on Omni Knight, and IX Mike on Venomancer. And as it stands right now, I mean, Complexity hasn't quite done any sort of diving or any pushing on the tower quite yet, but they are jungling it. They're stopping. They tried to get a pull in, but they're able to stop that. When do you think, should they just be trying to farm and keep get Chen some levels and just sort of like dual jungle as they're doing right now? When should they really start pushing the tower?
Well, this is working out for them right now. Generally, you want to get a kill before a tower because it's pretty impossible to just straight up push against a Windrunner and a Sand King, especially. But right now, they're securing Jo free farm. He has a good amount of creep kills. He's doing well, so their strategy is working out. Chen needs to level up a bit, but
yeah, let's go over CS real quick. It's a little early, but as it stands right now, Hannah Montana is 19-3, and Demon is only 11-2. So right now, I mean, he's already winning the CS war, which I guess you would expect that sort of. He's going for the maxing heal and degen aura, so that's even harder for Beastmaster to deal with. Once he gets, I think, level, once he gets the 4th level in Call of the Wild, you know, he might be able to, you know, finally fight up against that with the boar. But as it stands right now, it's kind of hard for him to deal with. He's able to CS, like you said, it's just kind of a farm war, which, as it stands, Omni Knight is winning it for now. We'll have to see if that changes, but it looks like they were kind of giving Geo kind of free experience, and I was kind of expecting them to keep doing that and try and get him a fast, you know, level 5 or level 6, and then try and push down the tower. Because, like you said, if you're going to try and wait for a kill, which is the best way to do it, you know, obviously having level 6 on Juggernaut is the best way to ensure a kill.
Also, with like something like a level 2 healing ward, or even level 1 healing ward, you can just hit the tower and just slowly take it down. It's a good option. Right now, I don't know, it's extremely weird, like these lineups, but you see, coL they've already done 600 damage to the tower without Chen.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I didn't even see ward. I was kind of expecting the typical two into stats, just to make sure that you have enough for Blade Fury combo with the ultimate. But yeah, that's really, I mean, I didn't even think about the fact that he's going to be going for that healing ward. Universe is now coming to bottom. He's going to help out with the Chen pushes by obviously frostbiting the Chen creep. Fluff and Stuff trying to deny it, throws the teleport in. They still pick up the kill anyway, actually, in the fountain. But the tower, I mean, these slow kind of pushes, it's in deny range, and they're going to try and force this. They really want to pick up this tower. It's going to be really important. If EG can get this denied, it's going to be huge. And they do pick up the tower. Chen is able to pick that one up, so great job, Complexity. That would have been a little bit of a bummer if that had been denied.
Oh yeah, but Right now, Complexity is gonna have almost full control over the Radiant's bottom lane and jungle because that tower goes down so early. They're gonna need CM to stay down there, and that means that AM might not get as optimal farm in mid. But Fear's doing very, very well mid. Anyways, he has 30 creep kills at 5 minutes, which is phenomenal. So his Darkseer isn't hindering him as much as we possibly thought that he could.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm actually kind of astounded that Fear, just because how low he got right off the bat. I mean, CM must have given him all his regen. He even got a fast ring of regen and a ring of health. So that's how he's going to be recovering from that every single time. Double Ion Shell, TC doing a little bit of damage to Fear, but like you said, I mean, he's 33 and 11 right now? That's just, insane. I mean, he's had to put up with so much damage from the Darkseer. I'm just sort of amazed he's been in practically perfect CS so far. Very well done.
He's leveled up Spell Shield to kind of negate that damage.
Yeah. And that's another smart play. I didn't notice that. Good call. Yeah, so obviously that's going to help. I mean, between the regen now and the Spell Shield, he's obviously not going to be dealing nearly as much harassment from TC. Still, though, it was a really nice idea by Complexity. We're going to see a hasted IX Might coming in on the Venomancer. If they can pick off maybe Universe here, if he goes a little bit too far forward, a little bit to the side, they might be able to catch him out. But as it stands, I don't know if they know too much. They don't have any vision of the bottom wards. I think it went down. They were able to counter it, so they're just waiting for him to pretty much get out of line here, and they might be able to pick him up, especially with TC. TC does throw his Ion Shell out. He's going to start vacuuming. The rest of his team is going to come in now. The slow. Oh, they pick him up. Huge fluff and stuff hitting a huge nuke. I think that did max damage just before TC gets that final last hit. He would have gone down there, but oh my goodness, that is just so frustrating when you are getting targeted by Chen and that Test of Fate does max damage. It's just so frustrating.
God, that's unreal. That's really just I would like to say phenomenal play from coL, but it was too close to call phenomenal play. Like, if TC gave up first blood there and didn't get away and AM got the first blood, it would have been a huge game-changing moment. But Fluff, he got the nuke off, he had anti-mage, and he got the damage to kill the anti-mage for first blood, and they were not expecting that. And they also killed the CM at the same time. So right now they have control of the entire mid and bottom jungle. As you can see, like, this Sand King and Windrunner, they can barely even go into range, let alone kill creeps. The Sand King has 13 CS, and the Windrunner has 4 creeps. So this strategy is working very well right now. This Juggernaut, he's free farming, he's denying a lot of creeps, getting the early advantage that they need to do the 10-minute Roshan that I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was something I was commenting to Bulba about. It seems like a lot of times, you guys, ex-Gosu, a lot of times you seem to, which is amazing to me personally, because I'm a support player, I like to win lanes. Like, that is my key goal in life. We're actually see some action at bottom. IX Mike is going to jump in on Beat Gio actually bounces the Bulba, hits him twice, but we're going to see him go down. Nice little stun coming out, but they do pick up a double kill as well. The phase boots is just too much to match. The slow counteracting the wind run, 50% both ways, counteracts that movement speed, and Gio is just, with phase boots, able to crush kids. So, nice job, Complexity, picking up 2 kills, and now they're going to start threatening. 0-4 right now, 9 minutes in.
I think Bulba would have actually lived if he stunned out there instead of stunning in. I don't think there was any potential for kills, so I think survival is the highest priority right now. Cut the losses down at this stage of the game is the most important thing, because the bigger advantage Complexity gets, the more they're going to take with it, take the game away. And
unfortunately, I missed out on that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it looked like TC was doing some diving in the tier 2 and got countered by quite a few heroes in the middle. But what I was going to say earlier, it seems like you guys, ex-Gosu, you seem to you don't really have the lineup to win lanes a lot of times. You just sacrifice laning phase and then come in very strongly. You just don't feed any extra kills. You just lose the lanes, and you come in to the mid game, the sort of ganking phase, and pick off heroes left and right. Bulba is going to go down here. So they pick up another kill there. Well, and what I'm leading to here, eventually, is that it seems like Complexity is doing the exact opposite here. It seems like their strategy is to win lanes really, really hard, which is what Juggernaut does best, and try and transition into the mid game by having all that extra gold and experience, and try and end the game early.
I mean, it's really situational, and we've talked about it quite a bit lately, actually. How we get behind in the early game, and we'd like to win the early game. So we're putting a lot of focal point on winning the early game, but as a team, we really haven't like scrimmed much. Honestly, like our team formed, and we've just been participating in every tournament since the DreamHack thing. So our play is, honestly speaking, it's really sloppy right now, and we have a lot to improve on, especially our early game. And that was a great shot from Diaz.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I mean, Gio was just about ready. I mean, once the wind run went off, yeah, Omni slash away and just catch up with him. TC in a little bit of trouble. We're going to see the Chen ulti being popped. They're going to trap him in here. I think he's trapped. Oh, there goes the accident. He did have a little bit of wiggle room, but no matter. Fear picks up that kill. So they TC. Maybe they're going to be able to pick up bottom here. I don't think Vita is going to be able to hit a deny. And so they do take a tier 2, 2 to 5, 11 minutes in, and now a tier 2 tower goes down. All the tier 1s are down, and now a single tier 2 is down as well. So complexity, I mean, looking at the gold graph, already 10,000 in the lead for them almost.
They're going to go to Roshan too, right now. And
Nice.
This is the 11-minute Roshan, minute and a half later, but it's going to even further widen the gap that they have. Right now, EG's all in on this anti-mage. Their safe lane, the Sand King, he doesn't have any farm. The Beastmaster, he actually did quite a bit better. He has actually quite a bit of farm. He has 54 creep kills. But Omni Knight, oh my gosh, he has 76. He's leading the charts right now. And that's going to be a huge factor, because I don't know what this Omni Knight is going to get, but it could be a pipe. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pipe first item. And they're going to be able to just walk right into the base with an early mech on Chen, healing ward on Jug, and a pipe, and all of Omni's abilities. Oh, he bought a Force Staff, actually. So to save the people that could war or Sand King stuff more than the pipe. I can support that choice for sure.
Yeah, I think if the early game didn't go as well for them, I think a pipe might have been a little bit a better idea. But as it stands right now, Sand King's just, I mean, he's gotten crushed. He's level 7. He's not going to be anywhere near a blink anytime soon. So he's not going to be able to hit a really good epicenter. Uh-oh. Geo picking up invis, and this could be a potential pickoff on Fear. IX Mike is actually going to charge in. He's going to try and hit a slow. He does hit the slow now. Fear could be in a little bit of trouble because he's going to try and blink somewhere. And the moment he blinks somewhere, Geo is going to just ulti him. And Fear, very wisely, he's holding off on his blink. There goes the blink finally. He doesn't know that he's and they pick up that kill. So, I mean, how, like, just the patience there and the discipline of not instantly blinking away. That was just insane. TC's in a little bit of trouble here. They're actually not going to dive this tower. We're going to see teleport in from IX Mike, so they're going to have to back off there. So they pick up Anti-Mage for free. They don't lose any kill at top, and now they're going to push in tier 2. And with Omni Knight, with his Force Staff, I mean, he's going to be getting right in the mix of things. The Sand King and Windrunner aren't going to be doing too much. Anytime Anti-Mage blinks on somebody, it's going to be so dangerous. He can't really use Blink that offensively, because first of all, Geo pretty much counters that with Omni Slash. If he has it up, Anti-Mage has to save that blink. But then on top of that, Omni Knight also has his, melee AoE heal, which, if he targets whoever is getting jumped on by the Anti-Mage, that's just so much damage Anti-Mage is going to take. So he just has to play extremely careful at all times and save his blink as much as possible.
Yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, right, TC's getting the pipe for the team, and he's going to have it very soon. Complexity's going to look to finish this in a clean, concise manner before 20, I think. They're going to be pushing base, probably tier 3 before 20. And it's also something to note that Fear went for a fighting anti-mage build rather than farming anti-mage build, but I don't think a fighting anti-mage build... Okay, the fighting anti-mage build is Treads Vanguard, and it's a Vlad's. And you see the Russian teams like Navi doing it. Every time they play it, they get the fighting build, so that they don't give up any early game power. But EG is so far behind in this game that I don't think that was the right choice. Fear isn't going to be able to get the farm that he needs to win late game or even mid game without the Battle Fury. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But I mean, do you go to Battle Fury and have 700 health? No. So actually, fighting Anti-Mage is probably a better bet here, but EG's not looking good at this point. and that's for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's just an interesting sort of trade-off where you're trying to bank. I mean, as it stands, fighting anti-mage, like you said, it'll do something in the early game. But TT actually going to go down here. Oh no, Hannah Montana was right there. He push-sticked himself in, but was not able to get a heal off in time. That would have been a huge turnaround there. Because TC would have had a whole bunch of health and would have just been able to turn around with Ion Shell and Vacuum. So that was very close to a big turnaround here. Chen's going to run into the Fear. He's just going to have to blink away here. But yeah, I mean, it's just sort of an interesting trade-off when you're talking about fighting Anti-Mage is going to help somewhat. But like you said, it's not going to do as well in the late game. And Juggernaut's going to have a lot of farm. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage once it goes into this mid to late game. And so they're going to have to turtle much harder now, using that fighting Anti-Mage, but they just can't rely on sort of, Anti-Mage coming in the mid game with a whole bunch of farm due to Battle Fury.
When you do something like this, when you're this far behind, like, he's not even secure as a hero that can outcarry the Juggernaut late game. Like, this Juggernaut has much more farm, and he's going to be able to farm much more, and he has more farm already, so... I mean, Juggernaut, even if it goes late for complexity, Juggernaut is going to be able to take on AM. But it looks like coL's just rallying up mid, going through the mid for a push.
I love the aggression. IX Mike bought a gem already. Like, they're just going to dominate the map. They're not going to give EG any quarter to farm up on this Anti-Mage. So maybe this finding Anti-Mage is going to pay off much better because the fact that he's not going to be able to jungle very much. He's not going to be able to split push just because the map is going to be completely dark from here on out. All because IX Mike picked up a fast gem. Instead of wasting, a whole bunch of money on counter wards, he just mans up, grabs that. It's also going to be useful against the Sand King, obviously with his Sandstorm. But they're going to take the tier 2 at top. And now all the tier 2s are gone now, and we're looking at a 12,000 gold lead for the Dire side, and they're more than ready, I think, to push in the base. I mean, Geo has still has the Aegis. He's gonna lose it in another 5 minutes, I think. So they should probably push, in the next 3 minutes or so, and try and burn that Aegis in exchange for some tower damage. But he also has 3,000 gold. Now, what do you do here? To build on Juggernaut, because obviously this isn't the most typical build. He's going phase boots, drum. He's going sort of really early, really fast team fight. What do you go from here on out?
I think JO's saving for a Purge, actually.
Okay.
I think he's 300 or 600 off. I forget the price of it. He likes to go Purge, but Vanta early also gives really good. It's really good for the strategy because you're in power and you slowly wear it down with Venom wards, Manta, without really any risk at all. So that would fit it a bit more, but he doesn't have enough. So I'm thinking you would probably get a Purge.
Okay. I like that. I think that's really smart. Fear pushing in bottom, counter pushing where he can. Geo is now in lane. He's going to try and deny this. Oh, he does get the deny. He does have the damage to get that last hit. I don't think Fear expected him to do that much to the tower. But he does have a Chen ultimate go off, and he might try and fight here. He's still waiting. EG Fear has not blown his blink very wisely. He's just sitting there waiting for Geo to try and ultimate. Then he's going to blink away. But he's just going to cheat farming here. And Geo's finally going to chase him out of lane. He's going to use that extra movement speed and try and catch up with him, but unfortunately, that blink is just too good. Level 4, 5-second cooldown, it's not going to be enough. So he's going to have to back off from there and try and farm top up as much as possible. And what is that gold on him? Gold per minute on Fear right now. It's actually really high.
No.
350.
IX Mike.
He's getting caught out. There goes the mech coming out from Fluff and stuff. He tries to get a teleport as well, but it does not go off. Now he's getting really aggressive. Geo's coming in. He's going to be able to hit an ultimate maybe. He pops the drums. He's full on coming. He's going to try and catch someone here. They don't have the sight, unfortunately, for Bulba, but they can catch Universe easily. He's just going to be able to blow. There goes Blade. Going off. Blade Fury trying to do what damage he can, but with the creep wave and 3 heroes, he's not going to be able to do anything. He's only level 11. Omni Slash isn't that good. So he backs up. So nice little pick off by EG. That was very well needed because they just anything to relieve the pressure at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they delayed. They just need those pickoffs constantly. Really. And Demon did a great job. I was wondering what Demon was going to buy with his 2k gold. He's the second most farmed hero on the Radiant side. So he went Mana Boots, which is a supportive item build kind of. And for his amount of farm and how farmed his team is, I don't really support the choice, but he went Force Staff, which is a great item to help out his team at this point. And Jo also picked up his Diffusal Blade at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, you called it. I was just about to mention. He went for that Diffusal. Fear actually is blinking in. Now TC's here. Oh no, Geo's jumping in on him, but the blink is back up. 5-second cooldown is just way too much. And he's able to blink away. He is tanky enough. I mean, with Vanguard, Vlad's, and the Power Treads, he is tanky enough to absorb Geo's ultimate and Blade Fury before he's able to have blink up again. So you called that. On top of that, I didn't mention, but they lost the gem when Betas went down there. Or excuse me, IX Mike.
IX Mike.
Confusing the supports there. When he went down, they lost the gem, so now Beastmaster has that, and that's great. They're going to earn back some map vision now. They're going to be able to counter what wards they can, get their own vision up. I don't think IX Mike is going to be able to buy another gem anytime soon. He's probably just going to start building into another item.
We have a smoke gank on top lane.
Yeah,
I'll let you handle the play-by-play. I just don't want you to miss it.
No worries, no worries.
I'm not really good at play-by-play, so yeah, it's up to you, man. I believe in you.
Well, I appreciate it. Necronomicon on Omni Knight. So there's another pushing tool. We're gonna see. There goes the vacuum. Going on Demon. They're gonna be able to pop the wave, and like you said, just sort of these slow pushes, just be able to do a little bit of damage at a time. Especially with Omni Knight heals and everything, they're just gonna be able to take this tower. And EG Fear, I mean, EG is gonna have to initiate sometime. Before they take Rax. It's just, how are they going to do this? We're going to see Animage finally teleporting back in. We're going to see them initiate sometime soon. The Rax is at half health here. They have to go in sometime soon. Fear jumps in now. Pipe being popped. They baited out the pipe at least, but they're going to take melee Rax before it's down. And they do, and they're going to back up. I like this complexity, popping the pipe, and then just taking the Rax and backing straight out, not putting themselves in any extra danger.
He's just in an impossible position. Like I said, like, what does an AM do with this amount of farm? He can't do anything against their heroes. He can't fight any of their heroes. And they have so much heal on the team that he can't kill any of their heroes. How does EG really stop this? They have to get more farm on anti-mage primarily. But even then, like, they just have to spam, and Roshan's actually up now, so they're gonna go immediately to Roshan. Complexity, I assume, and EG won't be able to fight at Roshan, even though they're smoked up right now. Visual bug, but EG is smoked up right now, and they know Roshan is up, so they're gonna look to get a pick and possibly Roshan themselves. This is definitely a play that will get them back in the game if they can do it correctly. But coL is gonna be on guard against this because they know that if one person is down, then it's gonna be hard to defend Roshan from EG taking it with Beastmaster and Aura and AM Vlad's stuff.
Yeah, they have the ward in place, but they are smoked up still. They are going to counter that ward with the gem, and just going to back off. So both teams know where the other's at. Animage, look how far forward. I mean, that's just the power when you have 1100 health and then a fully maxed spell shield. You can get kind of aggressive like that, and not have to worry too much. Complexity is going to check out the Roshan just to make sure that they aren't doing it with 4 heroes. But it looks like they're going to go for it themselves. And EG is kind of split here. I mean, they're not really grouped up. It looks like they're just going to sacrifice that and try and, with the double damage, try and take a tier 1 at top. EG Fear is just backdooring it right now.
There's absolutely no way that EG could take a fight with Complexity at this time. They would just get destroyed. I mean, Sand King does have Blink Dagger up, but he just turned level 11. He was 10 until that last wave. So, literally, he wouldn't do anything. The problem with coL right now is, if they don't burst down the enemy heroes, then they're going to heal to full with Juggernaut Ward and Omni heals. And the question is, who are you going to burst down? They have a Pipe, they have Mech, they have a 10 heal, and they have an Omni Knight, like, with Force. Like, the target would be to... You can't kill the Jug. He has an Aegis. The Omni Knight is... He's going to get killed by his teammates pretty much full. Who are they going to kill? Are they even going to be able to kill anyone? I don't think so, honestly. It's just so dire on the EG side.
So you think they should really... I mean, as it stands right now, they already lost top melee ranks. They can't really lose middle. I mean, that's just too early. Maybe it was, 45, 50 minutes in. They can try and fight back from 2 ranks. But this early, they can't do that. Necronomicon level 2. I believe. Where is that Omni-Knight? Level 2 Necronomicon. They're just gonna again start doing in. Fear's gonna try and do what he can to force Geo off of the tower, but they're just gonna be able to slowly push over and over.
Complexity actually had multiple Necro books. TC picked one up as well, so he has a Necro 1, and Hannah actually has a Necro 2. So yeah, they're just chipping away.
I like this. This is very, very, sort of static pushing, and this is really interesting. I like this. And just doing a little bit of damage. And EG, I mean, they have to initiate before sometimes. It's just how are they going to win this team fight? Like you're mentioning, it's just every single hero seems unkillable at this point. Unless Complexity makes some sort of big mistake, they can't even do a whole lot. Demon gonna just throw out an ultimate on Omni-Knight. Geo bouncing around with his ultimate. There goes the ultimate from Fear. He's gonna be able to pop the darts here now. Geo spinning around, not doing a whole lot. They pick off one hero, and the Omni-Knight ultimate is down now, but they do trade in the tier 3. That's gonna be able to pick it up now. The question is, can they pick off anybody here? Bulba already throwing his ultimate down, but if he can get in a nice little stun, and if they can pick off somebody, oh, there goes the teleport. Can they get him away? The push, it is enough. He's gonna get out. Great teleport out, and now Fluff and Stuff is the only person who's gonna get caught out here. So trading his life in exchange for saving the Venomancer, not bad, worth it at all. So they do pick up at least one catch. They catch one out in that whole team thing. So 2 kills in exchange for the tier 3. Not the best, but at least they did grab something.
No, that's the best it could have went for EG. That was phenomenal. Like that's really amazing. That they actually got the kills. Like congrats to them. I think Omni was late on his Guardian Angel and possibly a heal or maybe a force to the Darkseer. But they don't want to. Complexity doesn't want to be getting that low. From the pushes, because 30 seconds after, if they get low, they can just heal in ward, they can heal with Omni-Knight and just go back in with full health. Like, there's no reason to really commit to anything, and I think that was the case of it for Complexity. Like, they can just heal to full with all their heal. There's no reason not to just chip away at the tower slowly, because EG won't be getting any farm on their heroes, and they're slowly but surely going to take it away.
Calling out betas. Alright, so we have a 12,000 lead still for the Dire. Started trading back and forth between the tower and the kills. So still relatively same area it was last time. We're going to see Veil of Discord on Beastmaster now. That push stick, I mean, that was obviously very helpful, pushing himself in order to get a stun on the Omni-Knight, who was in the back. That was very well done. But now with the Veil of Discord, I'm presuming to help out Bulba as much as he possibly can. With the blink on Bulba, he's obviously not going to be able to pick up Veil of Discord anytime soon. So that's going to help out a lot of damage there. It's just, I'm not sure if is it going to be enough at this point. Is that the item he should have gone, or do you think there was something else he could have grabbed?
Is that the item he should have gone? What items do you go when you're this far behind against super healy lineup? The situation's looking dire for the Radiants.
Oh my god, are you serious? This Venomancer, IX Mike is now going Necronomicon as well. Like, they are fully committed to this sort of slow static push.
Yeah, it's gonna work out for them. Complexity really just brought their A game, and they have the strategy. EG, they haven't practiced in months, honestly. Their team, I know I've talked to Bulba and Universe, and those guys they were my former teammates, and they get unsteady when they don't play like high-level games, and they haven't practiced in months. I don't think they feel that confident coming into these games. And Complexity, I don't know, EG's kind of slackers of the scene, honestly. Like,
Repent.
I like that, calling them out.
No, they don't participate in that many. Like, it's a wide-known fact. Like, these are just facts. Like, they don't participate in that many tournaments, and even when they do, they aren't practiced in the. So, they aren't practiced in the tournaments. Does that mean that like they shouldn't? They're still phenomenal players. Don't get me wrong, and I have high expectations for their team. But once they start practicing with their 5 and actually get practicing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you're right. I mean, I've never really thought about it too much, but EG really isn't. I mean, they don't practice a whole lot. I mean, they recently had the change up where they picked up Bulba and Universe. But you're right.
That's been in the
absolutely.
works
I mean,
for months now. too.
I know. I talked to Bulba every single time I would talk to Bulba. I was like, "So what's up with EG?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's just a sponsorship thing. It'll happen soon." And that was like a month ago. He's like, "It'll happen soon," and it just now happened. Okay, so gold lead, experience lead. Interesting enough, is actually zeroed out. Usually I don't go over experience a whole lot, but it is completely neutral at this point. Still obviously the 12,000 lead, and I don't think we have any real big pickups. I called that Veil of Discord, but Manta Nile on Juggernaut. And even if the early game hadn't gone as well, even if they hadn't picked up that early melee racks so quickly, it still kind of feels like they already have this strategy planned out where they can do this until 35 minutes, 40, 45 minutes. I mean, with like going 3 different Necro books, with him getting Manta, it feels like even though like the static push kind of scales off, they're still getting the items to keep it going. You know, they're still going these sort of items that will allow them to keep slowly bursting down these towers a little bit at a time. And it feels like they're prepared for the strategy, even if the early game doesn't go as well as it could have for them this game. They're still prepared, you know, to push this into 45 minutes.
I mean, like,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
the tower's down.
Boba jumping in, he does not use his ultimate there. He decides just to throw a stun in. They're gonna pump the Hannah Montana, throws his ultimate down. EG Fear's right in the middle of things, trying to do the work he can. He's trying to go on Hannah Montana, he has to back out. He's gonna go down, he goes down. And now EG Fear is dead, and they're gonna be able to take the melee racks. Range racks goes down, and 4 heroes still up for EG, but they can't defend.
You know, like, this is exactly what I was expecting to happen the first time. Like, Complexity, if you watch that team fight, like, literally, they didn't take any damage at all. Like, 0 damage. Like,
Yeah, health bars was completely free the whole entire time.
yeah, like, what does EG do? That's what I was talking about. Like, what can they do? They can't do anything. They're just completely boned, man. Like, that's what I was expecting the first time, and that's why when I said, like, EG got the 2 kills, it went the best it could. Like, that went, like, so above expectations.
They're gonna try and force some final fight here. Bulba jumping in, trying to hit a nice little double stun, but Geo just wiping out heroes left and right with his Blade Fury. And that is the final rack, so game 1 is gonna go to Complexity on the best of 3. And hopefully we're gonna see EG sort of counter this. It is very interesting. I mean, you already have sort of in the past, you've seen sort of heal, not necessarily in Dota 2, we haven't seen a whole lot, but you do see the whole, you know, mass heals and go for pushes. I think this is the first time I've seen it with a Juggernaut in the mix, using the healing ward. I mean, it makes perfect sense, and I don't know why I didn't immediately call that out once I saw Juggernaut on Omni Knight, but I think this is the first time I've personally seen it, this push heal strat. Typically I've more often seen it with like Necro, but clearly it worked out very, very well for Complexity, and hopefully EG has an answer for it next game, whether it's just banning out these heroes, or now that they've seen it in action, have their own counter picks prepared.
I think EG needs to entire new game plan for the next game. They're just gonna completely recycle everything they did in the picking stage. And yeah, I mean, coL played phenomenal, had a really good strategy, and that was a very clean and concise win them.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright guys, that's going to be game 1. We're going to game 2 is already up. I like this. Every single time, Andre's on top of it. Already setting up the next game. So we're jumping in it right now. We're going to take a short little break. Wait for everybody to join the game and start it up. But we're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. We've got hitting 2,700 viewers. So big shout out to all you guys watching. I guess I'll do my media whoring when we come back. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.